Hey, salty fishes. We're not meeting at the tank today. You see, today is Arbor Day. You know the tree holiday. So I'm going to take you from the tank to trunk. Also, in honor of the day, a story about a tree and an immigrant named Abe. With his wife and child, Abe entered the country without permission. Not only did the family cross the border without consent, but they did it by deception. Now, it wasn't long, though, before the government discovered this deceit, and they brought Abe in for a chat. The little family was in luck. The government ended up granting them amnesty and allowed Abe to remain in the country. Now, this family bothered no one. As a matter of fact, they created a great life for themselves. Because of Abe's success, the government would once again take notice of him. And once again, they would give him a call. And this time, though, the authority told immigrant Abe because he treated the nationals kindly and respected the land, he would be granted permanent residency. It was not Abe's success, nor just his kindness that granted him full rights to live in the land, but it was his respect for the land. You see, Abe cared for the nation's resources instead of simply exploiting them to gain his wealth. So in honor of this new status as a resident, Abe celebrated. He planted a tree. The Bible then says in Genesis 21 that Abe lives peacefully in that land for decades. And it was there at that tree where he planted that he would go as a place to pray to God. Trees are mentioned all over the Bible. That's why I am amazed that there are some Christians who take issue with celebrating things like Arbor Day, declaring it as some left-wing hippie tree hugger day. Trees are, after all, the central feature of the redemption story. I mean, from the very first story in the fall of the Garden of Eden, we find the tree of life, all the way to the very last book of the Bible and the final judgment in Revelation, the tree of life, and situated somewhere in the middle is the pinnacle. The Christian faith literally hangs from a tree on Calvary. Trees play more than a role just for our salvation. They too are promised a redemption from the abuse and the misuse they receive. You see, in the letter to the church in Rome, Paul writes, "Creation itself will be set free from its bondage of decay and will obtain the freedom of the glory of the children of God." He continues, "We know that the whole of creation has been groaning in labor pains until now." The trees long for redemption, and redemption they'll get. When judgment comes, the trees will remind God of the promise of their redemption. In Revelation 11:18, the trees cry out, "Destroy the destroyers of the earth." And God keeps God's promises. Those who see the earth as only resources for wealth instead of gifts to protect will be judged harshly. The consequences of destroying the earth is quite literally hell. This Arbor Day, we should all follow Abram's example. Plant a tree and offer a prayer. You can check out my salty take on Earth Day and subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time, stay salty.